narrative and what urban culture is at the conversation. Hi guys, join Faces Too as we discuss trigger topics that affect and touches the narrative and urban culture. Make us a
Hey, good evening. Welcome. Enjoy. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Trending Topics. And tonight, I think we are a little wired up. I know I am. I got my coffee. I went to the doctors. I got a good reviews at the doctors. I got a follow up from the checkup. Um, what's up, ladies?
What's that? I'm excited
Well,
about tonight. We got a lot to talk about.
yeah, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a lot going on. Um, wow. Let's discuss first and foremost. Let's talk about YSL, Gunna, Young Thug. I know Faith. To be honest with you, not to put you on blast, but you're the youngest of this trifecta here, and you know more about them than probably Tanya and myself.
I
I
don't know
don't know
that
much.
much. I just have an opinion about the situation.
So we know that. So we know
Definitely.
that they were YSL. They were arrested a couple months ago for RICO charges.
Mm-hmm.
And latest events last week, Gunna he took a plea, and he was rewarded his release to come home. From what we hear, Young Thug's brother actually copped out to 12 years, 2 years in. One of the other guys who was the alleged shooter, um, his family, his baby mother or whatever, said that she wants him to come home immediately. He needs to cooperate, as well as their case. From what people were saying, was kind of flimsy. However, it's Atlanta. It's the Atlanta metro area. A lot of murders, a lot of violence. I always say to myself when people talk about Atlanta, I say if you didn't know anything about BMF, you would know that Atlanta is burnt. It's over. They ain't gonna allow you niggas to come down there and tear up their city. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of black affluent Atlanta's a high black affluent families, and they ain't gonna allow nobody to tear their city up and make their city continuously have a black eye. So,
That's right.
Faith, I know we had some stuff behind the scenes. Not that we disagree, but um, how you feel about Gunna saying YSL was a gang?
He was honest. He was under oath, and they was. I feel as though I see if he was saying like their gang, not me. I'm not a part of them. He admitted I'm a part of them, and yeah, I have a record label, and yes, we did have violence, and we broke the laws or whatever, and we got to change things within our gang. This is what he says. He did not point nobody out. He did not get on a stand against nobody. Um, Everybody, they dogging him and saying he a rat, he a snitch. He come on, he's a millionaire. He's a star. If anything, other people supposed to take the weight for him. If, in my opinion, if you want to talk street, they shouldn't even like. It's like the mob boss going down. Everybody expecting him to go down. Y'all supposed to take that. If y'all want to play it right, and then I'm like, and then they call him a snitch. All these snitches out here on the street, on the real streets, and they hanging with him, chilling with him. I'm like, I feel as though other black people want to see this black man go down. In my opinion, that he's successful, and that's it. And then he changed his life. They would bring up stuff that happened years and years ago. They really had no evidence on him. He had to cop out to something because they wasn't going to just let him free. They let him basically he said I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong, because he said he didn't plead guilty to anything. It's just he feel like he needed to cop out when they was going to smoke him, and
One
that
of
go on every day in the black community with the law.
one of
Mhm.
the things that I'm very, I'll say this, I'm very observant of what goes on when people say certain things when they get arrested. Definitely in this age of social media where everything is polarizing. Um, one of the things that we do as people is we glorify the dumb shit. Um, I don't agree to if YSL was a gang, their first contention was it wasn't a gang. So he kind of put them in a pickle.
He put himself in a pickle too.
Oh, he put himself in a pickle.
They want him. He the main one. They want it.
And for a lot of these
they didn't get
people,
him.
Their thing is self-preservation. You got to preserve yourself no matter who is under the guillotine.
It doesn't make sense what they said.
I'm just going to say, I never had a co-defendant.
You said, it makes sense, right?
It does make sense. But one thing I've learned from Black men that I know in the streets, once you are a part of that streets, you already know what comes with that side of the menu. So even though you say the mob boss should be protected, you the mob boss for a reason, and you got to that level somehow. So you already know what it is hitting for out there anyway. So I understand your point, but at the same time, you gotta eat some. You gotta eat some dirt too. You gotta eat some dirt too.
No, this is like facts. Like if I'm the leader of this household, I make sure everybody eat. I run this. If I go to jail, y'all all hit, everybody starve. Me being free is gonna make sure everybody good. It just makes sense. And it's how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't supposed to have my hands dirty. I don't supposed to get them dirty.
You shouldn't be playing in the dirt though.
But they brought up stuff before he even became a celebrity, before he changed his life around. Because he did change his life around.
Yeah.
Oh, Faith. So she got
it. Old stuff, basically.
So Faith, my thing is,
and people tried to rat on him too. That's how they even got him.
My thing is, Faith, by him saying YSL is a gang.
Yeah, that alone, Jesus,
has incriminated other people.
That's what he did.
No, but you got to think about it. YSL is a gang. That's him saying it's a gang or not. They know it's a known gang. The world knows. It's like Bloods and Crips.
My
listen, it's like X and a Crip. Is a Crip a gang? Everybody in the world know what it is.
But my thing is, some people will just keep their mouth shut and take what they got coming to them and just deal with it. I'm not going to sit here and be the moral guy. I'm just going to say when you're in that type of lifestyle, like Tanya said, you know what comes with it. Okay. You know that you're either going to get killed or you're going to go to jail. You're going to sit down.
Yeah, that's true.
And you could sit down with some dignity, or you could sit down with your tail between your legs.
Name? What's that rapper name? He dark skinned and everybody, he be going off on everybody. Older K. And basically, he said something before as if, you pay somebody to take the fall for you. They got somebody that's in the crew that even keep their name. They stay out of stuff. They squeaky clean. And so when charges come about, the squeaky clean person say could it be their first offense or whatever, is you supposed to eat that. Like that's what you're here for, to protect me. Some go down, you take the weight. Period. That's how the streets really go. But then when they get down to it, they want to come on. If you're gonna be all the way street, you gotta be all the way street.
So
yes, you gotta be all the way street. Now, when you say that's what you're saying is not all the way street coming from Gunna or whatever. The point is,
if I'm the top dog, I'm supposed to be protected by my pups.
But let me
the OG supposed to be protected.
Faith, let me ask you though, from what we know, and I only say from what we know from social media, and we don't know the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. From what we know right now, Young Thug has no defense. Because he said it wasn't a gang, and now his honcho, his right hand man, his bruh, just said it's a gang. So now he's in the pickle.
Young what?
Because If he try to contend, it's not a gang. They try to smash him because we all know that when situations like this happen, they want the highest people on the totem pole. The target of the investigation was YSL, Young Gunner. I mean, I always call him Young Gunner, Gunner and Young Thug.
Yeah, Young Thug.
They got Gunner. So now Young Thug is in a pickle because from what we know, he hasn't cooperated or copped out. Because copping out doesn't automatically mean cooperation. That's what a lot of people may not understand.
But do you know? I wanted to get to the who created the no snitching. I found out who created the no snitching. You know who created the no snitching? It wasn't black people. It was not black people. Back in the slavery, I ain't gonna say slavery because we was free, but it was when the brutality started, when the cops became brutal to us. It was like we were still slaves, still treated us like slaves. You know, we were still separated, white fountains, black fountains, and all that stuff. So what happened was when they come investigate about a black boy getting killed and drugged and drowned and all that, and the cops will go ask, like the FBI go ask a black kid or a black person in front of them, and they say anything, they will beat them, kill them, and teach them a lesson about snitching on them. And so they told them, no matter what, you should snitches get stitches. And we following them. We following their rule.
So let me ask you, Young Thug, at the end of the day, they're gonna use Gunner's statement against him if he keeps trying to say YSL wasn't a gang. One of the things I do want to.
His statement don't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
He don't have to. Does. Your statement don't mean nothing if you don't get on the stand.
He don't got to get on the stand. His statement is incriminating to Young Thug's defense.
It don't matter if that person don't get on the stand. They can't use it. I've been in so many. You've been in.
They could use cases. That.
Only way that if you don't have to understand if your life is in danger.
Faith, he could get called to the stand and say, "I plead the fifth."
Yeah.
But they could use his statement to prove that YSL is a gang.
But with his statement be
keeps contending that it's not a gang.
Yeah, but with his that did happen before because the guy he pleaded the fifth, but they passed around his statement to the jury and let them read it. And yeah, but it's up to the lawyers to say that's hearsay. You know, he can't say he didn't get on the oath and say it. He said it to free himself.
But that wasn't hearsay. It came right out the horse's mouth.
Yeah, basically what he's saying is he said it to free himself. That's how the lawyers work. They're gonna say he said these things so he can get a plea bargain, which is true. Which is the God's honest truth. He risking his life out here by doing what he did to free himself, and that's messed up because it's like if I don't do this right here, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in jail. And if I do this right here, my own people is going to kill me and dog me and demolish me.
Let me ask you, if he was part of this, I mean, if you admitting that it was a gang, you admitting to these crimes, it was over 20-something shootings. Is that fair to the victims of the family that this guy was able to basically admit that YSL was a gang out on the street because he preserved his family? But what about those victims that were, as we would say, innocent victims?
I feel as though if he didn't, if they don't have the person that did it, the evidence, I'm not taking up. I'm just being real. I just feel as though us as black people we dog each other more than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? If this brother was white, his white people, family, race, or whatever, is not doing all of that to him. They're not calling him no snitch. They're not calling him no rat. They're not doing it.
One thing we can't change right now is the color of our skin.
No, but what I'm saying is
we can
change our behavior and our thinking pattern. This is what upsets me.
Changing the behavior starts before.
You gotta think.
Yeah, that's some serious deep conditioning right there.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's a lot of work. It's not overnight. It's definitely.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But my whole point is this: is that nobody's dogging Gunner like us. Nobody, no other race, nobody. And instead of, I'm happy he's free. If he had to say he was in the gang, he got to watch his back for the rest of his life.
I'm gonna ask you, Faith. If I think that he should be dogged by his people. If you say you're part of something and y'all
Only
ride or
way, if
die,
he
and you
straight
got
up
my
say-
back. And we love to use these type of slogans like 10 toes down and all this stuff to sound good, to make it sound like it's a catchphrase.
But
But
I'm
the
saying,
reality,
I think
let me
he
finish.
is 10 toes down.
But the reality is, he sold other members of YSL out by saying it was a gang for his freedom. At
But
the end of the
but
day,
he said
he's
that-
free.
he
He don't
say,
care
though-
about Young Thug.
I don't know. I gotta see how it go because in my opinion, I think this is all planned. Like, I doubt if he would sit there and just put a bullet in his head and to go against his own folk like that without it being a plan, like without it meant to go like that.
It was a plan. The plan to get his black ass home. I mean,
Let's see.
I mean, unfortunately, I believe that's the reality
That's
of
like
what.
if I'm the king, how is my soldiers? I helped kill too. I did whatever I did, but I'm the king. I kept this afloat. I make sure we good. How when a ship going down, y'all want me to die?
He ain't supposed to go down with his shit. He supposed to
That's
go
the
down
captain,
with
not
his
the king.
soldiers. He's
The
supposed to
king
be
supposed to
protecting
get saved
his
and
soldiers.
protected.
And in return, them soldiers going to protect him. But if he don't live, that was the chance he took being the king.
No, you
because
talking about
that's
a captain.
his responsibility.
A captain
So
go down with
he
his
should be
ship.
doing it.
So,
A king is protected by the king is protected by his soldiers.
but
It's two different things.
But the king also, he's protected by his
Remember, the
soldiers.
king got a scapegoat
But
while
the
they go to war.
It's
captain
still his
can't-
job to do all the protecting.
Wait,
It's still the king's
No,
job.
listen. The king get to run and hide with his family to safety while the soldiers fighting.
No.
The castle being attacked.
The king is not supposed to run around with his family. The king is supposed to stand there with his soldiers and fight to the
In
death
the battlefield.
in the battlefield.
Well,
He ain't supposed to sit in
I
luxury.
know. Well,
And-
DM,
and
I
Faith,
guess you can say that, but I know soldiers ain't letting they gonna protect their king.
he didn't do what a soldier did if he was a king.
What you mean? If he provide for them,
He's not. I'm not talking about nobody else.
so you think he a snitch? That's what you're saying. You think he a snitch?
He incriminated Young Thug
Okay.
by saying
See,
it was a
my
gang.
impression that I got of it, he just said we're a gang, but we a record company, and we need to stop. Whatever. I've been the gang. I felt as though he didn't say like this person did that, that person did that.
One of the biggest things, Faith, that he may not realize what he did, and I'm gonna say because I believe a lot of these young men are getting exposed to money.
How old is he?
Probably in his 30s. I don't know, but he's young enough.
He's still a grown man. He in his 30s.
He's young enough to be stupid because when he said he was in a gang, YSL is a gang, and it's a record label. Boom. That is right there money laundering. Because a record label, this is how Murder Inc. got jammed up.
Mm-hmm.
This is why the feds went after Murder Inc. And basically, for those that don't know, Murder Inc. beat the charges, but Murder Inc. got destroyed for their affiliation with Supreme.
Yeah.
So he may not realize what he's done, but he basically put his foot in his mouth and he jeopardized. If the record label was legit, didn't know nothing about this and that, I'm not saying they do or don't. I'm not saying because I know Kevin Lyles is part of that. But I'm saying he put a lot of other people that may have been innocent in whatever they was doing.
I see what you're saying. Basically, you're saying if they trying to stick to their story and say it wasn't a gang, they fucked. Basically. I got you. No, I just thought that he supposed to be protected. He the one that's rich, like how who was that puffy bodyguard took the weight for shooting? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's where I was at with it. Like, you
so,
my goons, and I make sure y'all eat right. Why y'all want me in the pen? I can't take care of y'all from the pen.
Faith, the goons ain't gooning. The goons ain't gooning.
Okay.
It ain't adding up.
No, you can come eat some cheese right with me, sucker.
No. At the end of the day,
See, some people do want to take everybody. If I gotta go down, you gotta go down. See, I never had
And
that
you in
rule.
the street. That's the way
No,
that
I
goes.
felt like,
That's the
why should
chance
we
you
both
take.
suffer?
Jumping in that drug dealer
If,
car,
look,
he going
no,
to make
listen
a
to
move.
this. Listen to
Y'all
this.
get raided. You innocent. You going down with the ship.
In my opinion, if me and my people's we get into something or whatever, I'm hit. I know I'm hit already. Ain't no need for me to testify against you. I got 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Ain't no need for me to say, oh, you did it too. Like, why? I'm like, this person ain't had nothing to do with it, even if they did, because I'm hit. I don't have no way out of it. Why take my folk down with me? That's how I look at it. Like, I gotta wear this shit. Like,
you don't have to take anybody with you. You don't have to.
That's my point. I'm gonna eat what I eat. I'm not gonna take nobody with me, but what they throwing at me, I'm gonna deal with that.
You don't have to.
I'm not gonna put it on nobody else either.
You don't have
I'm
to
not
do
gonna put nothing on nobody else. I'm not letting my folk go to jail. If I'm already going, it's all mine. I did everything by myself. They had no knowledge. Ain't no need for us both to suffer.
One of the things that these young artists need to understand, it's a golden rule. Shut the fuck up and let them prove it.
Yeah,
I'm being straight up.
I'm a woman.
These guys get arrested to be all on their phones trying to hold this image to the street and have this street credibility. Shut up.
If everybody shut up, they don't have a case.
Let them prove why they arrested you.
You know, I stay watching them, especially 48 hours. They don't be having nothing.
Nope. Everybody start talking.
Stupid, loose lip, scary behind, and shut it down. They don't have
and it's
nothing.
The same thing over and over. Like, if you ever been questioned and been to jail or heard about it, you already know they are lying to you to get you to say shit.
They're like, oh, well, such and such said you was the shooter. Instead of you saying, I want a lawyer from the door. That's it. Because first of all, you wait, your lawyer tell you what they have against you or not, and go about it like that. You running your mouth, giving up information, now everything done. I'll be so mad, yell at the screen. Shut the F up. Like, you about to send your folk down.
That's stupid. Yeah,
then you got the ones that be like, I was there, but I ain't do nothing. And this one did that, this one did that. They be like, yeah, you hungry, want something to drink? Yeah, Then they cuff them. You going too, dummy.
So now transitioning to our next topic. Last week, we discussed the tragic suicide of Twitch and the fallout, and we discussed it. I think that we had a very good show when we discussed some of the signs and what people would do, whether somebody looks suicidal or not. But on the heels of that, we know that Master P's daughter, I think over a year ago, she had committed suicide as well. TMZ had reported she committed suicide, and then he came out and admitted to it. So he had put a post up with condolences towards Twitch and the energy. And after he put the post up, his son Romeo came out and basically said that Master P been lying, trying to hold an image for the people instead of being there for his kids. Mm-hmm. And then some other stuff came out about Master P thought it was social media trying to cause a divide. Then he made a video explaining what he's done for his son and how he tried to put his son in position. And you could see verbally how he felt about his son doing this and making it public about whatever could and could not be going on within their family. And then Romeo came back out, said that he never made no money off of his name, image, likeness. He never made no money from the potato chip brand that they have. And basically said that Master P been fathering his affairs. I think that this is a very delicate situation. Definitely when you talk about the origin of why Master P made the post, I think as parents, you never envision, and I know this is tough for Tanya, you never envision burying your child. Never. You always envision, my child gonna bury me. So I think that even though that was Romeo's sister, unfortunately, in the age of social media and then who they are, I think that Romeo kind of lashed out and not understanding that his father as a parent, you always second guess yourself when your child err or do something. You take the blame for your child no matter how old they are. So what are y'all thoughts on everything that has transpired since last week when we had this discussion?
Yeah, well, basically, I went first last time. Go ahead, Tanya. I'll be one. I won't shut up.
Frankly, to be honest with you, I've never been the kind that put my personal business out here where we are now. And because that topic is delicate, it's pertaining to your sister, his daughter, when he was just showing condolence to another family. In that sense, I think he could have kept his mouth shut. I don't think he should have took it as far as he did out there, because the public ain't gonna change how much money your dad got and who he is because of what you just said. You're not discrediting him to the point where he won't continue to do all the things you say he do and don't include you in. So at one point I felt like, well, is he being a spoiled brat and no, I want more, or is it what he's saying it is? Is it I didn't get paid? But you're 30 something now, so at 21 and at 25, none of this crossed your mind to say, yo, dad, where my cut? Or do I need to get a lawyer? So you didn't get heart or the balls until he made a comment about another person.
I think he was triggered, honestly. I feel like with his dad doing that, and he know that his dad wasn't there for his sister when she was having mental illness. She was suffering from
everybody grieve and mourn differently.
I'm about to say to you,
I do that. But my aunt Netta, she hits the ground running, and she is snotting all the way to Broad Street. Everybody is different, so we are assuming that the father wasn't there for her because of what he said. We don't know.
I'm talking on his feelings and why he reacted. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I said that triggered him because his feelings feeling like his dad wasn't supportive. His dad could have been supportive, but the way he looked at it, the way he see things, everybody sees things differently. Yeah, so he looking like he wasn't really there for my sister. He's grieving, he's hurting. So he probably let his dad go with getting him, and now he's doing his own thing and give him his money, for growing up as little Romeo. He got no bread, but that just triggered it. Like, you over here giving a condolence and you ain't even in for your own kids, and and then when he did that, like, keep the business out there. Now, you want to talk about business? You ain't even pay me. You got this image up to everybody, because now he is the grown man. So now he is speaking up for himself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
this way not going to get him paid. It should have been done with arbitration or with counseling or something.
No, but
not
listen,
social media. Shaming him for what? He's still filthy. He's still filthy rich.
No, that's not what I'm saying. And he didn't try to deflame, put him down. He just kept it real. He didn't come out from the door and say, "Oh, you didn't give me my bread." He never mentioned nothing about no bread until his dad came and said, "Oh, you should have kept that off of social media." And da. So now he lashing out. Like, you want to talk about talking business, telling the family business. The family business is you ain't even pay me. You acting like this and you acting like that, and you don't even beg with your kids like that. He hurting over that. He hurting over the bread, and
So we can't disregard Master P saying, listen, if I did this, I apologize. I love you. He all but said, I love you. I apologize. Let's talk about this or whatever.
Yeah, but he trying to manipulate him, because look what he's saying.
He trying to manipulate him, or he's genuinely apologizing.
No, because he wouldn't have to do it publicly. He could call his son on the phone.
And his son could have called him. That don't make it neither one of them right.
No, what I'm saying is, he was sincere as a parent. If I'm rich like that, we're gonna say that, and one of my kids feel as though this, I'm not gonna go and say, "Yo, Kanye, let's talk about this on the network, on Instagram and on Facebook." I'm gonna call her baby. I'm sorry I never knew you felt like that. If it's sincere.
His son put it out there, so he gotta apologize out there. He had to do that.
He did it for the world. But look, this is what's going on. See how you look at it one way and I look at it another way? That's what's going on with them two.
Yeah,
but let me ask y'all, and it speaks to something that is part of what we consider our culture, It is what it is. That social media is a part of communication now. Social
is.
media is a part of clout chasing and
It
what
is.
people do. People really want and people really care about their image so bad that they'll protect it to the point where they'll scrub their past or try to scrub their past, so nobody
And
know
they got
anything
every
about
right
their
to do that.
personal life.
And that
protect
I'm not gonna
themselves.
lie, that's how I look at it with Master P. Because let me tell you, watching him grow up, how he was so like respectful to his dad and like looked up to his dad. His dad had him under his wing, so he controlled him. He controlled him. So for him to do that, and I feel as though like it have to be some truth to it. Honestly.
I think,
and Tanya made a point, spoiledness too. Being filthy rich as I'm a young child to be talking ish to your parent, yeah, spoiledness too. But
one of the
I think
biggest
he was real.
one of the biggest things that I always try to look at is you never want to cheat nobody or deflect somebody from their experience. Their experience is their experience. I did happen to see the video Master P made, and I don't know whether it was sincere, but it looked very sincere. It looked heartfelt, because from what we see, he always moved a certain way. Master P always handled business in the public eye a certain way, so he was probably ashamed that people probably look at him differently than his public persona. I believe as a parent, I believe he always tried to protect Romeo, because I think that a lot of the kids nowadays. Wait, let me finish. A lot of the kids nowadays have no idea what their parents went through to get just to provide for them.
You right.
I mean, you could tell your child could hear stories about you or try to really understand, but let's be honest. Black people did not have money in this country until the last 30 years. Most of us came from real, as we say, and some people use it as a badge of honor, we got it from the gutter. So a person that grew up in public housing and
the bottom of the
way Master P, the bottom of the barrel with his, and even people that he grew up with, he don't really mess with a lot of people, because a lot of times people, you be so focused to get out, you be so focused to change your personal situation that you don't have time to look at the signs. And I'm not saying this is him, but you don't have time to look. You just want to better your situation. And Romeo doesn't understand that, like at all.
The grind came first, most definitely. So, and without that grind, they wouldn't be where they are now. Yeah. Whether his father treated them well or not, this depression thing is a chemical imbalance that we keep ignoring. This is a medical condition that, if not treated, these things happen 99% of the time. So you don't get to blame him totally for that, because you could tell somebody that's depressed or chronically or severely depressed over and over that you love them. As soon as you walk out that door, they do something. So it's a medical condition that needs to be treated. And if he didn't know how to treat it or what it was he was looking at,
Tanya, and that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a point that I think that a lot of people may not understand, that you could have those chemical imbalances. Your brother, sister, somebody that grew up in the same household for you can deal with the same depression that you have. They could deal with it totally opposite, where they could be super high functional.
Yeah,
where they can have that go-getter mentality that they don't ever want to rest, and they could be sociably successful. Where a person, we don't know, Master P could be dealing with mental health his own self, to the point where he's just so successful. This is what drives him. This is what, because of having that the background he came from.
And like she said, losing a child, even though Romeo loved his sister to death, he can't compare to what his father felt.
That's what he said. Master P said, that was your sister, but that was my daughter.
Yeah, so it's a big
Like,
difference.
what you mean?
Like, I be hurting over my siblings, and I just be like, my mom, yo, like, I can't even imagine. You know, the thought of me losing one of my kids, I couldn't even imagine. So, I definitely understand.
And my aunt did it twice. I
Yep.
will just die if I have to
Yep.
do that a second
Yep.
time.
Yeah, it's
No.
painful. But
No.
yeah, so I don't think it should be for black. I think they definitely need counseling, and he need to just give his son the money that's owed to him.
I agree to that. If he owe it to him, he needs to give
No, he
it to
would
him.
have told him, I don't owe you nothing. You know, a parent.
That's
a
true.
parent would have been like, nigga, I gave you your money.
Let me
show
ask y'all a
you,
question.
you know?
So if Master P was to say, you know what, you grown, you at the age where you don't need me to control your affairs, because a lot of times I don't think Master P did it to cause his son harm. I think he did it because this is what he always did.
But
he
why
always
he didn't
guided
pay him? You know, a lot of them
because
celebrities go through this with their parents.
my thing is
Their parents rob them.
Faith. I'm not saying that. The reason why I'm saying this is because anything that Romeo got, Master P may believe he created it.
He created it.
So
Beyonce said about her dad. You didn't create my voice. You supported me.
For himself, you know what? Now it's time. Romeo need to be out here on his own, handle his own business.
I mean, Jesus, he moved him in his own house on the same compound. He still had things that cost money.
No, we're going to be real. He should have his own millions. Because even as a child, he worked, he sang, he acted. He should have his own money. Now, let's be real.
Should.
You know how the kids get
we don't know that he didn't get paid for the singing in the movies and everything. We don't know that he didn't get paid for that. He could just be talking about money from his dad.
We're gonna roll with. Well, I'm gonna roll with that. He didn't, for him accusing him live and saying that he didn't get paid. So I'm gonna roll with that. He didn't get the royalties he's supposed to got. Okay, now that's how we're gonna be real. Birthdays, our kids little. People get them money. We already went all out for the party, the gifts. Give me the cards. Give me them cards. We're gonna keep it funky. You're gonna get some other stuff out of it, but you ain't getting all this money. That's mine. Some reimbursement going on. And
now that happened to me, but because that happened to me, I never did it to my kids. My mother did that.
You don't rob them now.
When we had parties and got money, we had to turn it over to her. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
but when it came to my kids, that was theirs. I gave it to them.
So y'all mean to tell me y'all holding resentment? Y'all got robbed at an early age.
No, listen. Well, back then they give you $5 or $10. Mine's be getting $600 for birthday. Girl, you ain't. I want to hold my own money. I got it.
So listen. I'm gonna ask y'all. Y'all ain't gotta say nothing. Don't self-incriminate yourself. So whenever one of the sons got some money for his birthday, mama ain't never take it to go pay a bill?
No.
Not me.
I didn't say incriminate yourself.
Oh, no. I'm about to tell you.
I got moved on. I give
you your cut.
I wouldn't do that.
No, heck no.
Because my mother did it to me. And I hated it. So I never did it to my kids.
And now that you know the way times is now, people don't really got time to buy gifts. So my 8-year-old make $600 on her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
You got two, and the rest is mine. I paid for this party. I paid for your outfit. I got all this food catered. I paid $1,200 for this decoration that they take back. Now, what's up with that? They decorate your place $1,200, but they take the decorations with them.
No, they should have left that.
I'm like, what?
So, we got another subject we're going to discuss. Faith, now I'm telling your age. Now I'm telling your age. Because you will remember this show had a beautiful cliffhanger. It was called Who Shot JR? Who shot Megan, Faith?
That girl. That her friend. That supposed to be sharing.
And for those that be watching the broadcast, I did a show on the case when I first happened, because I was so shocked that social media, a lot of people didn't believe that she got shot. A lot of people didn't believe her, and I always thought that was interesting. Even now, when you look at some people's comments, they'd be like, "She's a liar. She's this, she that." Well, she didn't put the bullet fragments in her foot.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, Tory Lanez is on trial, and actually tomorrow they'll probably have their closing arguments, and then they'll be to the jury. And if you know anything about trials, the jury getting a ending trial right before a major holiday is not always good for a defendant, because the jury they may just want to get a verdict and get up out of there and go be with their families for Christmas. So this could be very interesting on what could happen. Basically, I'm not going to say what has been going on from what we hear about in that courtroom, but basically it's been a circus.
Yeah, especially with Megan saying, I just wish that he would have killed me that night. Oh, I just want to just chop her tree legs down. Like, really? You really gonna sit here and say you wish you got murdered? So, because she said, it's so much. I wish I didn't have to go to court. I would have rather him killed me that night. Try to make like she's so destroyed that. Like, what person would say they would have rather got?
A lot of people
murdered?
feel like she was wrong because she lied when she told Gayle King that she didn't have a sexual relationship with him, and then she got on the stand and she admitted to having a sexual relationship with him. So a lot of people felt as though like, yo, you lied when you got interviewed, but then you said something totally different when you got on that stand. How y'all feel about that? I mean,
if you're thinking you can get away with something, you're going to tell that lie. I mean, R. Kelly did it with her too. I mean, so that's neither here nor there. You are supposed to protect yourself, and if you think you can get away with telling a lie, then you're going to do it. You can't knock her for trying.
No, she shouldn't have been so bitter because he was.
I thought it was all a joke myself. I really didn't care.
He was attracted to the other girl in front of her face, flirting in front of her face. Could you imagine somebody you having sex, like, intercourse with? Y'all supposed to be dating, and he's straight up acting like a groupie over another female in front of you, not sneaking.
Your friend.
It's
alcohol, marijuana, and all types of other drugs.
You know, a woman that's jealous. Anybody would be jealous. Like I'm not even a jealous woman, but if, like, say if a woman is attracted to my man and she flirty, I don't mind that, because I like when a woman attracted to mine. But if he show any type of interest, I won't say nothing, because I ain't gonna let no woman think that they got it off. But you might as well, honey. You might as well even come home.
So you think it was a love triangle that went wrong?
It was a love triangle, it was a jealousy thing, and now she going overboard with it, because now she got to stick to her story because she lied so much.
It was not a love triangle. It was either vertical or horizontal, and only one person.
And then look, the woman that posted shot at ain't even the one that whose face he was in. That's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying?
I know that most people like, I'll just say what I think. I think that Megan don't know what happened. I think she don't remember. I think they was all drunk, high, on pills, whatever, doing what younger people do naturally when they all hanging out doing dumb stuff, being irresponsible. And when you couple the fact that these younger people have so much money, they're just irresponsible doing what they do.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she ended up with bullet fragments in her foot.
Yeah, so she didn't get. Oh, so she didn't get.
Who shot Megan, Tanya?
She got ricocheted. She didn't even get no bullet in her.
There is a possibility that it was some shots to the ground, and
it ricocheted.
So
she didn't get shot at. So the girl that was shooting the gun was shooting at the ground on purpose, and she got some ricocheted.
The girl.
And because with DNA on the gun,
because even Kelsey said, when the prosecutor asked Kelsey about the statement, "Pop, pop, pop, dance, bitch," even Kelsey said that was a joke. Where did that come from? That never happened.
Yeah, trying to smoke them.
One of the things that I had an issue with was, unfortunately, what goes on in our society nowadays is the pitting of black men and black women against each other. The whole protect the black women thing. You saw Maxine Waters. You see a lot of influential black women rallying behind Megan with this protect black women
just because she's a woman don't mean you got to automatically support, because women lie. Women send men in jail if a man don't want him to say, "Oh, he tried to take it."
But Faith,
that they gave
even with you saying that,
for
Faith,
sure.
even with you saying that, Tanya, and even with you agreeing with Faith, and I know a lot of women that are not with this whole feminist dogging black men out thing. A lot of black
I don't
women
know
will
a
say,
lot of
a
them.
lot
I'd
of black
like
women
to.
will sit there and say to y'all wrong. Y'all need to protect our sister. Y'all need
No,
to protect.
I'm always been the type of person. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Even if you my family, my friend, right is right and wrong is wrong. Like I said, if he shot her, he need to go to jail. You feel me? But the way the evidence going, it's not adding up.
Well, hopefully he won't be going to jail for the rest of his life then.
Yep. I
Or
pray to
he
God
say,
he
she
don't.
say.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's going to get found not guilty, or it's going
I
to be a
pray to
hung
God
jury.
he get found not guilty.
I think that they already proved, and as a defense, the only thing you have to prove is reasonable doubt. I believe that the jury came in not knowing what happened,
And she been dancing just fine on that.
The jury's going to leave out not
Mm-hmm.
knowing what happened. I think that Megan needs to if she let's just say, for lack of better words, because she has these bullet fragments in her foot, she is the victim. I think Megan deserves to know what
you're going
really
a little too far.
I don't think they know what happened.
You're going a little too far calling her a victim. You know why? If I got shot in my foot, I don't care if I'm sleeping with him or not, he shoot me in my, I'm telling right dead in there. He shot me in my foot. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh no, I don't know who, there was somebody went by and was shooting. And then when he don't want nothing to do with me, he shot me and I wish he would have killed me because it's just too much. No, she's playing victim. She's from the hood. She know what it is. And that's that. She might not know who really shot her, and she was taking up for him that night, or she really didn't know that night. But at the end of the day, she's trying to blame him now, and that's what she's wrong at.
Well, one of the eyewitnesses said it was like a free fall fight. It was women fighting, dudes fighting women, and all types of stuff. So I'm quite sure in another lifetime, one or two of us on this panel may have been in a barroom brawl. It's just a big old fight, and people just start fighting.
But you don't see what's going on.
And you just swinging and just trying to get up out of there and doing what you do.
The only one see what's going on is the one that's not riding. Now, if it was somebody that you know was scary, they seen it, but they gonna shut up and mind their business because ain't nobody come forward yet. But if everybody doing something, can't nobody say what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know one thing. I'm gonna go with the DNA. It was a woman's DNA on the firearm, and his DNA wasn't. To me, that was enough to be found not guilty, and that's it. And only witness that's saying that he did it was her. The only person I heard him say Dansby is her, and that's after she lied more than one time.
Well, she said she lied. She lied at first because of all the climate of what's going on in the country. She didn't want the cops to kill a black man and this, that, and the third.
Shoot me and see if I care about you getting popped. I don't want you to get popped. You shoot me, he got a gun.
They ain't coming to shoot you when y'all doing the shooting. They happy. You done saved them the work.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, for real, this man just shot you. We're going to just be real. A man just shot you. The cops come. He's still there. This man just shot you. You're bleeding. Your foot on fire. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Even if I said it out of anger at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shot, but I could see you shoot me, you don't care about me, and that's like automatic common sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna automatically go to bat for you and you just shot me in my freaking foot.
That's my point.
I'm just not.
Now you have a change.
I'm gonna change the story later, but right now, bitch.
So her original story.
That's true.
Her original story was.
Then later in court, I'd be like, I ain't see who shot me if I don't want to snitch.
But right
at that time, it's going down. We're gonna be real.
Her original story was she was trying to protect the eggplant. She was trying to protect her dick.
She thought
that by doing that he was going to be with her.
Yeah, she had to. The mother girls was protecting it.
Yeah, she thought he was going to be with her, and Megan.
He got plenty protection.
Like, come on, sis. Come on, sis.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really know more to say about the case. I think it's
not guilty.
I mean, all you gotta do in court is to prove reasonable doubt. I really believe when we hear the jurors come out, and I do believe it's gonna be not guilty. When they come out, I believe some of them jurors, if they're honest, based off of what we see, they're gonna say they were confused. They don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the defense proved that beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez shot her.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they're going to find out that these young millionaires was
Acting
doing, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. They was
And had a good party. It just went left.
Kill. Why is he offered so much time if he did shoot the ground and ricocheted her?
Yeah, because that's not
a record.
That he's being charged like he tried to kill her, and that's not.
Oh wow!
The charge, it don't add up like you said.
Yeah, them charges should have been dropped down
or something. So that's what makes it really going to be, because it's not attempted murder. He did his hand. That's hard. That's even more when she really messed up, because you got to prove this man really did this. If you say he's trying to kill you, so his DNA ain't on the weapon. Nobody else saw this man do this to you. Heard the things you heard. Girl, go find somebody your height and go and get it. That's it.
Shots fired, because Tory Lanez is so short and Megan is so big.
Yeah, go find somebody your height.
How tall are you, Q?
I'm 5'11", 6 foot.
Oh.
I ain't gonna expect for 6 foot.
5'11", 6 foot.
Dave, close out the show, please.
Oh wait, I'm sure. I was being greedy.
With that, we got another great show. Great seeing you ladies this week.
Yes.
Faith, what's going on with He Said, She Said this week? Y'all
okay, we
off
on this Friday,
holidays?
definitely. We on this Friday. It's gonna just be me and Munchie. We're gonna be talking about younger men and older women.
Yes, ma'am.
So about how the younger women like the older men like the younger women, and the vice versa, the older women like vice versa. And what do you get out of it?
I might need to come make a guest appearance, because younger men, they like older women because they like that seasoned coochie.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna watch this one because I want to know.
Yeah, so basically, that's what we get with it, because the young girls, they loving the older guys and vice versa, and the older women liking the younger meat and vice versa. We want to get to the bottom of it. What's the excitement?
Oh yeah, I'll let you know. I'll be on that. I'll be on there
I don't
watching.
want to give up too much, but I got 2 different theories for the men, and I got theories for the women. So,
and with that, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, child.
Stay home while I close out real quick.
Good night, child.